We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. The grandmother of the 12-year-old boy who was shot and killed over the weekend is describing how she tried to help him, the message she has for other families. And as the crime continues, another family is describing how they left the city to escape the violence, how lawmakers are responding. And all eyes are on the Supreme Court, where a ruling about access to medication abortion could come at any minute. The more widespread implications this case could hold. That's all coming up. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with an exclusive story that you'll only see here on Fox 45.
Jalen have gotten caught up with the wrong people out there older than him, doing things that they made him do. And once you in, you can't get out situation. That's why Jalen's on that box.
The grandmother of Jalen Richards, the 12-year-old who was shot and killed in South Baltimore over the weekend, is speaking out. We have team coverage on the city's crime crisis and how it's impacting families. Shannon Lilly tells us how the grandmother says she fought to keep her grandchild safe, but lost that fight.
Well, his grandmother says this was a battle to help keep Jalen Richards safe, and it's a battle that they lost. Remember, Jalen was only 12 years old. He was a sixth grader right here at the Westport Academy, but he was gunned down just across the way from here on Saturday night at the Westport Homes public housing community, which is where he lived. Now, his grandmother, Anitra Jones, says Jalen became the victim of the crowd that he chose. And she is confirming that her grandson was wearing an ankle bracelet and on house arrest the night that he was killed.
He was doing things that a child his age shouldn't. Carjacking. They had him carjacking. These older children, Jalen don't know how to drive. He was just hanging along for the ride that got my grandson killed. These older kids out here that he was dealing with got my grandson killed. They took advantage of him. They still here. They still here. They can hug their grandma. They can hug their mother. I would never, ever be able to touch him again and tell him how much I love him. And it's heartbreaking.
Now, the shooting happened around 9 o'clock Saturday night on Maisel Court. Police Commissioner Michael Harrison says they recovered what appears to be assault rifle casings on the ground. Investigators also saying that Jalen was hit several times with bullets while he was running away. And this morning, that gunman is still at large. Reporting in South Baltimore, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
We asked Jalen's grandmother why she wanted to share these details when a lot of what she shared wasn't flattering. She says it all comes down to calling attention to something that she believes is becoming a trend in our city and warning other families before another young life is lost.
I want these older people to be accountable for what they're doing to these young children out here today and taking advantage of them. And guess how many more out here are going to be like Jalen? Because of older, ignorancy, adults that's using kids for their stupidity.
Now, another mother we spoke with tells us she moved her family out of Baltimore to escape juvenile crime. Olivia Dance continues our team coverage with that bomb story and how lawmakers are responding. Olivia.
Patty Hawkins says she loves Baltimore and never thought she would have to leave, but she decided to move her family away to escape all the crime and to help her son succeed.
My son wasn't playing with them. He's tired of coming home from school, getting jumped at Mondawmin. I feel like they're prey to these predators, these drug dealers that are hanging out around the schools. Easier to have children sell drugs for you than you to get a charge yourself to sell drugs.
Hawkins says things escalated, and one day she found out her son brought a gun to school. She decided to pull her son out of Baltimore City, moving 70 miles away to Hagerstown. She says kids are now being targeted by adults running gangs and circles in the city, especially after laws changed last year protecting children from certain charges. So Fox 45 News sent questions to the entire Baltimore City delegation asking, do you believe it's appropriate not to charge kids under a certain age with crimes? Is there a policy that can be crafted to hold parents accountable for not taking care of their children? And finally, what do you say to this mother who says kids in Baltimore City are not safe because of what's going on with drugs and violent crime? Now, no one answered the questions. We also sent similar questions to the city council members, but again, no responses. Hawkins also puts some of the blame on parents and says unless they change, she doesn't see juvenile violence getting any better. And even though Hawkins never wanted to lead Baltimore, she sees now that she made the right decision. And she also tells us that her son is doing much better. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
11:05 now. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, Southwest flights in and out of BWI are back to normal after a technical issue led to a nationwide ground stop Tuesday. About 2/3 of Southwest flights in and out of BWI Thurgood Marshall were delayed. The airline says the problem is now fixed and is working to get caught up with its operations. Trending number two, the Orioles are back in D.C. tonight, hoping for another win against the Nationals. Last night it was a tight game. After a constant back and forth, the O's finally came out on top, 1-0. Tonight's game is the O's final game against the Washington Nationals. First pitch is at 7:05. Trending number three, Guinness is set to release a special brew ahead of Preakness. That's according to the Baltimore Sun. The new beer, Preakness Ale, is a ruby red ale. It's brewed in Guinness's 10-barrel innovation brewery and features blood orange and hibiscus notes. The beer will be on draft at the Baltimore County Brewery as well as the racetrack on Preakness Day. Well, still ahead, splitting the work evenly. A new study finds couples may not be doing it as well as they think. Coming up, we're going to look at how work inside the home is divvied up between men and women. And back on the field, Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin given the all clear to play again. We're going to look at his incredible recovery. And helping families afford and find childcare, the new help the government is offering.
And we're getting ready for a gorgeous afternoon as temperatures reach the 70s. This is warmer than yesterday, but the temperatures continue to heat up over the next couple days. I'll let you know just how hot it gets coming up in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
.1109 now, taking a look at your social stream. President Biden signs an executive order increasing access to child care. According to the White House, the order contains 50 directives funded out of already existing commitments, meaning the order is more symbolic. Back in 2021, he called for more than $425 billion to expand child care as well as improve affordability. The order focuses on children of federal workers. Is what you're saying about it. Ed says, okay, first thing he actually does, that is good. Another person, though, saying, yes, the old snap my fingers and make it cheaper strategy. We'll see if that works out for him. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin could be back on the playing field soon. The team's general manager says Hamlin has been cleared to resume football activities. Back on January 2nd, the 25-year-old went into cardiac arrest after making a tackle in a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Doctors and trainers administered CPR and used a defibrillator right there on the field before he was then taken out of the stadium in an ambulance. So good to see him doing well now. Someone saying proof that miracles still happen. Another person, science happened. Modern medical knowledge saved his life. Just good that he's back out there. Well, we're learning more about convicted conman Billy McFarland's plans to try to pull off a second fire festival. The 2017 festival was a fiasco in the Bahamas. It was hyped by social media influencers as a weekend of paradise with celebrities and big-name musical acts, but it was a massive failure that ultimately led to the organizer being sentenced to prison for fraud. But now McFarland says he wants to host a second Fire Fest. He says he wants to pay back those that he owes.
People, Billy, are going to say, don't you have any shame? Mm-hmm. And you say?
Tons. And I've cried alone in solitary confinement for 10 months. I've ruined the lives of family and friends. So it's going to be a 20-year mountain to try to climb, and I might not make it.
Well, back in 2018, McFarland pleaded guilty to fraud and served part of a 6-year sentence. He's been ordered to pay back $26 million in restitution. Here's how you're reacting to that. Tell me why you shouldn't be in jail. And he had a response for that. Billy McFarland did. He said, it's in the best interest of those I owe for me to be working. People aren't getting paid back if I sit on the couch and watch TV, and because I served my time. Well, still ahead, what is a great game? We're going to take a look back at one Maryland man's run on the game show Jeopardy. But first, how a simple change on restaurant menus could be leading to fewer cancer cases. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo, followed by Sherry at 1, and then you've got Hot Bench at 2. It's 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. It was another chilly start to the day, but a big warm-up is on the way. Coming up, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is tracking the increase in temperatures and when that will arrive. Coming up on 11:14 now and happening today, all eyes are on the Supreme Court as it decides on a blockbuster medical abortion case. Today, the court is expected to hand down an order on whether to let the lower court ruling stand, and if the lower ruling stands, the FDA approval of the abortion drug known as mifepristone would be taken away. The Supreme Court's decision not only determines whether Americans have access to medication, but also raises questions about what kind of authority judges have when it comes to questioning the FDA's drug approval process. Now, we can expect to hear President Biden chime in if a ruling happens early today. He is set to speak this afternoon at a union training center in Accokeek, Maryland. The president plans to highlight his economic plan. Also today, the Air National Guardsman charged with leaking highly classified military documents is due back in court. Jack Teixeira is accused of sharing the classified documents in an online chat room. The 21-year-old is charged with unauthorized removal and retention of classified and national defense information. Today's hearing is to decide whether he should stay behind bars while he awaits trial. Happening now, police in Dadeville, Alabama are set to provide an update about this weekend's mass shooting at a Sweet 16 party. 4 people were killed, 32 others were hurt. Right now, police haven't released much about the case. They're asking the public for any information about the attack. So far, no suspect has been named in the shooting, but police do say they have strong leads. You can download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Coming up on Fox 45 News at 4, a 12-year-old victim's grandmother says Baltimore has a gang problem. We're pressing city leaders on youth crime policy after the death of yet another child. Then at 5, administrators fighting with county leaders on school funding. A closer look at the controversy over Harford County classrooms. And at 6, why will it take another year to get weekly recycling back? The frustration after a new timeline was laid out in the mayor's State of the City address. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:16 and now to today's talking point. Menus that include calorie counts on them might be helping people make better decisions, and those decisions could be leading to better health. The menu labels were mandated in 2010, and research finds in the 5 years after, fewer people were dying of obesity-related cancers. Researchers at Tufts University found menu calorie labeling helps prevent 28,000 new cancer cases and more than 16,000 cancer deaths. The study adds calorie counting also saved the economy billions in health care costs. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And Mark, I think that is great and wonderful, but quite honestly, when I see all the pictures of the burgers and the fries, that's all I want now is the burgers and the fries.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, this kind of news kind of makes you feel good, and you're right. I mean, when you see how many calories something is, it may make you think twice about it. But we're not talking about are the dyes and the things that are in the foods that are carcinogen and cancer causing. So it's like, but I think, that's kind of where we are. There's so much information. On one hand, I do agree. If you know that it's 50,000 calories versus 500, you might say, you know what, I'll just do the small fry,
Yes.
But let's not talk about what's in the meat that's we're eating and stuff like that. But okay.
That's a whole nother talking point for another day. And that is even more frustrating and more difficult to keep up with.
Yes.
Because there's so much of that out there.
Well, you saw us this morning, Patrice. We were talking about the kids were doing behind. They had the images of fruits with tomatoes. One tomato grown from your garden was pretty much healthy for the environment and for you. The other tomato was like the worst thing you could possibly eat.
It's hard to keep up with. And we were just talking about, we were talking the other day about where do you buy seeded fruit anymore? Because everyone wants seedless. Now, you want the seedless grapes. You want the seedless watermelons. But really, some people would say that the seeds are, you want to eat things with seeds in it that came from the ground.
Well, that's
it's hard
why you
to find.
have to watch this segment every day to find out this great information.
Exactly. I'm so glad we could provide that. Thank you, Mark.
Right.
Well, it was, forget chillier. It was a cold start to the day here at home. Still, though, better than conditions in Montana. Meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is showing us the only thing that makes theirs worse is they have snow, Jasmine. I mean, it was cold today.
Yeah, it was cold this morning. We were off to a chilly start, but it wasn't quite cold enough to have snow like they have in Montana. This is from Browning, Great Falls, and Eddie's Corner. You can see in the background, not much. They had wind-blown snow leading to hazardous conditions along with low visibility. You can see some of the snow on the ground in the city and on the roadways. Not ideal for them, especially since it's spring. Still looking like winter there. And it did feel a little like winter here this morning, but we are in for a gorgeous afternoon if you plan on spending some time outside. Currently, we've got plenty of sunshine and temperatures around 61. It's also breezy with winds out of the west-southwest around 13 miles per hour. We're going to keep those winds throughout the day. Across the state, we're mainly seeing temperatures in the 50s. We are heading to the 60s and 70s, though. We've got high pressure to our south, keeping us nice and dry, and will stay that way over the next few days. First, today, our temperatures will be warmer than they were yesterday, 75 for the high and above average. Then about 10 degrees higher tomorrow, 85. And after that, we're looking at 89 on Friday. We stay nice and dry over the next 3 days, but we are talking that steady increase in temperatures. We'll have plenty of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. Then we start off with clear skies overnight, and we'll wake up to plenty of sunshine for your Thursday morning. Temperatures start off in the 50s. Then by the afternoon, those numbers reach the mid-80s, which is well above average for this time of year. After that, we're looking at a dry start to Friday morning. We'll have a few more clouds arrive, but temperatures reaching the upper 80s and possibly the low 90s for some areas. We stay dry through Friday. Then after that, we have the chance for showers on Saturday and again on Sunday. We'll also have lower temperatures. So again, 75 for the high today, 85 tomorrow, then 89 and possibly breaking a record on Friday. That's followed by 80 on Saturday, 60s on Sunday. Then as we head into the upcoming work week, we're talking the 60s and 70s. Back to you.
All right, Jasmine, thank you. Our eyes have been glued to Jeopardy all week as we've been cheering on a man right here from Baltimore. Unfortunately, the party for Daniel Sharaki came to an end last night. He went into Double Jeopardy with more than double the other two contestants, but then he fell to second place as he was heading into Final Jeopardy. Now, in Final Jeopardy, he got the final answer correct, but so did everyone else. So he lost by just $99. Now, on Monday, Daniel was with us on our morning show describing his Jeopardy experience as just a dream. You can check out that full interview on foxbaltimore.com. And remember, you can watch Jeopardy weekdays at 7 right here on Fox 45. Still ahead, the Jonas Brothers are performing a surprise show in Baltimore, and only verified fans can get tickets. Coming up, how you get verified. Netflix is saying goodbye to its DVD delivery service, when those red envelopes will officially go away. And a big night of all new television. At 8, it's The Masked Singer. Then at 9, it's Farmer Wants a Wife. And then make sure you stick around for Fox 45 News at 10 and the late edition at 11. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Netflix is putting an end to its 25-year run on DVD rentals. The company says its last rental envelope will go out in the mail September 29th. Netflix has reportedly mailed out more than 5 billion DVD and Blu-ray rentals to subscribers across the country since 1998. The company's CEO says the DVD business is shrinking, which makes it harder to give the best service to subscribers. Netflix has also made some changes with its password sharing policy. The company planned to crack down on U.S. subscribers sharing their logins starting first quarter, but Netflix leaders decided to hold off until the second quarter. Now, this all comes after Netflix officials say subscriber growth was impacted in countries where they already rolled out their password crackdown policies. Facebook parent company Meta is expected to announce details about new job cuts today. It is part of a months-long downsizing and restructuring effort that will trim 10,000 employees in multiple waves of layoffs. According to an internal memo obtained by the Washington Post, Meta's head of human resources wrote Tuesday evening that the company will start notifying employees on its technical teams whose jobs are being cut. Time now for your lunch break. The Jonas Brothers are coming to Baltimore next Friday, April 28th. But if you want to see them, you've got to act fast. The only way to get tickets is for fans to register for the Verify fan ticket sales by 1 p.m. tomorrow. And then the fans who are selected from that will receive a code, and they'll be able to get tickets starting this Friday. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News at midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Hey, Patrice, we're talking about romantic relationships and cheating, what counts and what doesn't. Specifically, is it ever okay to spy on your spouse? We'll dig into the controversial topic coming up on Be More Lifestyle. Next.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. Comedian Ray Diva is here.
Hey, guys.
Along with Mike Klein from Z104.3.
What's
and
up?
Meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, team.
Good morning.
Let me tell you right now, a woman is asking for advice after spying on her fiance's Facebook page and discovering he looks up his ex on a weekly basis. The woman writes that they're in their 50s and will be a second marriage for both of them. She says they've known each other since school, but she's not sure she can get over what she saw. She's afraid to confront him because he doesn't know she has access to his Facebook page. Ray Diva, if you look for something,
you're gonna find it. You deserve exactly what you get. When you got to sneak and spy and you find out something hurts your feeling, oh well.
So you're saying she shouldn't be looking?
She shouldn't be looking.
Okay. Mike Klein, what do you say, sir?
I think she definitely should be looking because both sides are not trustworthy. I'm just saying women are players too, okay? So I'm just saying both sides kind of, I'd bring it up. I would confront her right away and say, don't worry about the Facebook password. You left it logged in. Just use that excuse. That's what I use.
Wow, Lotto. Look at Mike hitting off Lotto this morning.
No,
girls
that's
are
creepy.
players too. Okay, Jasmine.
I mean, why did she feel the need to snoop on his Facebook page? I think that's question number one. But two, I think they were both in the wrong. Neither can be trusted. Sounds like a problem early on. So
All right.
Not good.
Okay, we want you to tell it. What do you think? Is it okay to look at your partner's social media accounts without them knowing? Vote now on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. And when you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app at the end of the show. You know what we do, okay? Now, a new study looks at how couples divide their time, and the results may not be a shock to many women. The study finds that in straight couples, even if a woman's income is about the same or higher than her husband, she still spends more time caregiving and doing chores around the house. This happens while husbands tend to spend more time of leisure activities. The study adds the only scenario where the husband reported is doing more of the caregiving is if the woman is only the woman is the only one financially supporting the family. Mike Klein, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. We play the dumb card. I mean, like, I don't know how to operate the washing machine, the dryer. I'll do whatever I can to get out of work. Of course. I want to, live life.
Wait a minute,
You know what
Mike.
I'm saying?
What is it, Mike?
I believe him.
1975?
What?
Mike didn't know how to do the laundry?
No, he doesn't. Believe him. He doesn't know how to do it.
No. Listen, I'm just being honest with you. Like we got to play the dumb card. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do this with, with friends too. It's not about,
Okay, Mike.
on that.
All right.
But yeah, but the women makes more money. Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, Ray Diva, what do you think?
because a woman's work is never done. So now we gotta make the bacon, bring it home, cook it, and make sure it's refrigerated right. Come on, we gotta do all of that.
I knew Ray Diva was going to have some
We gotta do it all.
analogy. Okay,
She's right.
Jasmine.
I mean, I think women do it all, but you think about decades ago and women weren't even making close to what their spouses are making, so it's changed. And I do think the amount of time that women spend on leisure activities is also going to change. It's going to increase in
Okay, a
next
little
few decades.
prediction. Well, hey, props to my wife. She makes all the money, she does all the work, and she does all the caregiving.
That's a good woman.
I don't know how I got her.
Great woman. Great woman. Do you have a sister? I'm ready.
That's right. A mommy blogger is going viral after revealing both she and her boyfriend, along with their 3 kids, all have the same middle name. Alexandria says when she met her boyfriend, Devin, she was shocked to learn his middle name was Lauren, just like her. And now, years later, they have 3 kids, all of whom have the middle name Lauren as well. She's clapping back at haters online, saying she doesn't care what other people think. She thinks it's cute. Okay, girl, don't clap back. It's okay. It is what it is. But Mike, what do you think? Mike, Lauren, Klein?
That's ridiculous, all right? I don't know why, but what's the point of this? Like, is she just trying to capitalize on this? I mean, so what? Their middle name is Lauren. I don't know.
But I know, mind your business.
Yeah, who cares?
I can see if their middle name were like all Mercedes or Toyota, or Porsche.
Right.
I mean, it's Lauren. That's a great name.
Okay, and then Jasmine, what do you think, Jazz? You're the weather woman.
I mean, if they love the name so much, just give it to one kid as the first name.
Okay.
Right.
No, you will not do that, Jazz.
Yeah, like, come on. You're not going to take away her joy. All the kids got to have a piece of her.
Well, guys, great job as always. Thanks so much. Check out Mike on 104 and also check out Ray Diva. I don't know where she's going to be this weekend, but she'll tell us.
The Virginia Funny Bone. I'm on Friday night.
And then Jasmine, we'll see you later in the show. Still ahead, we're celebrating Earth Day this Saturday, and we're talking about the environment coming up, how you can make some small changes in your life that add up to a big impact. But first, do you envy your neighbor's doorbell camera? Well, now you can have one too. And if you can just get a fraction of the price, you can get it at the fraction of the price. We'll tell you how you can do that and more.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Deliveries are a way of life for many of us. From food packages, it seems like someone's always at the door. Stacey Bell is here with a tech solution to make sure you always know who's on that other side of the door.
The following segment is sponsored by Noki.
I want to show you something we just installed, and it's so easy and so affordable. This new Kangaroo doorbell cam. It's a doorbell camera and a motion detector all in one. You've probably seen the fancy, expensive ones, the signs all over your neighborhood. Well, this one is a fraction of the price, and it does the same thing. When someone approaches your door, maybe they're delivering a package, or maybe it's someone coming to visit, this is going to capture a still picture of them, and you can see it on the app on your phone. The same thing. If someone rings the bell, you can see who it is on the app on the phone. Not to mention keeping your family safe. There's so much going on in the world today. One of the statistics I found interesting was that a home burglary happens once every 25 seconds in the United States. And then on top of that, they're in and out of your home in 12 minutes. It takes no time. With this, you can see exactly what's going on. And with the price that we're offering, you can get multiples. You know, we put this at the back door. You could do it front, back door, side door. It might even be a good idea to have one inside your home so that if you're away, you can see what's going on inside your home. You can really never have too much protection for your home. And this is going to give you that at such an affordable price. Right now, we're offering the Kangaroo doorbell cam for 43% off. That's less than $20 to make sure your home is safe. If you could put a price tag on safety, that could be it. Head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by the Walton Family Foundation.
As we celebrate more than 50 years of Earth Day, new polling reveals Americans are eager to know more about solutions for addressing climate change. Joining us to explain is Daphne Moore, Communications Director at the Walton Family Foundation. Daphne, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Great. So what do Americans think about climate change?
They think a lot. And thank you for having me this morning. You know, what we are seeing and what we're focused on is really the impact of climate change through water. And as Americans, you know, in the West, we're seeing droughts and fires across the country, flooding and severe weather, and then, of course, on our coast, rising oceans. And so we're feeling the impacts at the local level. And I think that's where people also want local information. And so we recently conducted this poll with Morning Consult, And it revealed that about 3 in 5 voters really want local news, not only about the impacts of climate change, which can be overwhelming, but also potential solutions and how local communities are addressing those impacts. And that's why, as a foundation, and others are doing this as well, we are providing philanthropic support to news organizations across the country to really create the capacity to cover these issues, both the impact and solutions, but also training and other resources so that communities can have good fact-based information about what's happening.
And how has news coverage of climate change's impact affected people?
We believe that a public that is informed not only about the impacts, but also solutions really can come together and support those solutions. And oftentimes, it's across lines of difference, even because we all care about our communities and we all need water. We need water as human beings, but we need it for our communities, for business, and for our economies.
And, as we wrap things up, can you tell us why is it so important that we care about the climate change solutions? And, of course, where can we get more information about this?
Yeah. Great. We think there are bright spots and there's reason for hope. And there are some great ideas from all over that are boldly taking on the issue of climate change and addressing the impacts. We feature a number of communities and people who are making a difference on our website, which is thewaltonfamilyfoundation.org.
Awesome so much. Daphne, thanks so much for joining us. Okay, have a great day. Now, coming up, a children's author shares her latest books. And we're talking about finances. We'll talk with a financial expert to share how you can better manage your money and plan for the future.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Carrie Lee Carrington is a mother and children's book author who has made it her mission to help children of diverse backgrounds see themselves in the books they read. She joins us now on Be More Lifestyle. Welcome to the show, Carrie Lee. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So tell us about your books.
Well, my books are based on diverse backgrounds. I actually started writing children's books as an accident. My son, unfortunately, came home and was told on the playground that he should only be playing with children of the same skin color. So I wanted to find books to be able to help him to see that, you know, we should all be playing together. It doesn't matter what skin color we are. And I couldn't find any books in his age range. So my mother, who was a literacy coach, she said, if you can't find it, write it. And that's how everything began.
I love it. I love it. You go. And so why is diversity in children's literature so important?
Well, diversity in children's literature is important because, especially between the ages of 3 and 7, that's when children are imprinted, and that's how they really grow up and see the world. So if we have only one set or one race that's being projected to our children, that gives other children a complex. So we need to be able to broaden the scope so that all children would be able to see themselves in the books that they read.
You know, it's crazy, Carrie Lee, it's 2023, and we're still having this conversation. And it's, I don't know, is it just human nature? Almost people feel like they want to just move past it. I mean, even people of color, I think sometimes when we have this conversation, they're almost like, oh, do we really need to have this? Yes, we do. Why do you think we're so resistant to this conversation, especially here in America?
Well, definitely, you know, it has to do with the background. And, you know, we're having conversations about critical race theory, which really isn't even taught on an elementary school level. But I think we kind of want to hide our shame a little bit, but I believe that embracing our past is really helping us to be able to step towards the future. And if our children know that we should all be one and we should all be trying to live together, that's definitely the thing that is going to help us to bridge the gap and work toward a fabulous future.
So tell us, what's next for Read with Carrie Lee?
Well, yeah, Read with Carrie Lee. I just launched Read with Carrie Lee Publishing. That is allowing other authors to be able to push forth their books. I'm always promoting children's authors, and you know, I have a few more books in the pipeline right now, and we're just hoping that we can make an impact for our children.
So how can we get the books? How can we follow you? How can we keep up?
Yes, you can definitely find me on all social media at Read with Carrie Lee, and my website, readwithcarrielee.org.
Thank you so much for joining us, okay?
Thank you.
Have a good one now. Spring has sprung and beautiful flowers are popping up. Time now for your best weather in America with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Jasmine, love that color.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm trying to embody spring a little bit, just like these photos coming in from central Ohio. Absolutely stunning, the flowers, and you've got the bee in this picture. You've got the beautiful pink and white flowers there, and looks like some tulips, just gorgeous photos of the flowers around central Ohio. We've got great weather here, beautiful flowers now out, and just great weather for spending some time outside. So great weather there, very nice here. We did start off on a cool note, but we're starting to see our temperatures rise. Currently, we've got plenty of sunshine and temperatures around 61. It's a little bit breezy with winds out of the west-southwest, and that breeze is going to stick around through the afternoon. Temperatures are mainly in the 50s and the 60s around the state with plenty of sunshine all across Maryland. We'll keep the mostly sunny skies and we'll keep the nice and dry weather thanks to high pressure situated to our south. We'll remain dry and quiet over the next few days, but our temperatures will be the thing that change as they continue to rise, approaching near record numbers on Friday. 75 for the high today, then 85 and 10 degrees higher on Thursday. That's followed by 89 on Friday, which is well above average for this time of year. Some areas may even reach the 90s. We'll stay mostly sunny this afternoon. Then we start off with clear skies overnight. We'll wake up to plenty of sunshine tomorrow and temperatures starting off in the 50s, very mild. By the afternoon, we'll be mostly sunny with our temperatures reaching the mid-80s. That's followed by a nice and dry start to Friday morning. We'll wake up to a few more clouds, and then by the afternoon, we have that big warm-up as highs reach the upper 80s and low 90s. We'll stay dry through Friday. Then we have the next chance for a few showers on Saturday, followed by more rain on Sunday. But heading into the work week, we start with dry weather on both Monday and Tuesday. As we head into the afternoon, our temperatures reach the mid-70s with plenty of sunshine. It will be a little breezy at times, but it looks great for doing any yard work or going for a walk or run. Tomorrow, we have the big warm up. Temperatures will be 10 degrees higher, around 85. Then we're talking 89 and approaching near record high temperatures on Friday. After that, we're looking at 80 on Saturday, only the 60s on Sunday, then a cool start to the work week in the mid 60s on Monday. We start to warm up after that. Back to you.
Thank you. Still ahead, is it okay to spy on your spouse? Coming up, what you're saying about the controversial topic.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by World Finance Group.
According to a recent study, more than 2/3 of the general population said that managing the day-to-day cost of living is a key short-term priority, yet even those with higher levels of wealth feel they need to make more choices and prioritize their day-to-day spending in the near term. While the financial environment is continuously fluctuating, seasoned financial professional Victor Sanchez joins us today to offer a crash course in personal finance. Victor, we know many of us are feeling anxious about our finances these days. What's your take on the current economic climate?
I think you used the perfect word there, anxious. I think we've all felt a little bit of anxiety, regardless of where you live in this country. I know you and I were just talking about Atlanta versus Southern California. Everywhere you go, inflation's impacted people, rising interest rates have impacted people. Just ask anybody who's tried to buy a home in the last 12 months, and they'll tell you what the prices look like there. And even beyond big purchases, such as a home, just ask anybody that's living paycheck to paycheck. Daily expenses such as food, paying your light bill, the electricity bill, that's gone up as well. So everybody's feeling a little bit of the financial pain these days.
The findings of a recent study noted that less than half of U.S. households feel able to understand their finances. Hey, what's your advice to those people, and what's the best way to get started, including me?
Well, that particular statistic, I think, speaks to a larger issue. There's a general lack of financial literacy in this country, which ultimately leads to a lack of planning and eventually leads to a lack of financial resiliency. So people are not prepared for an unexpected financial emergency, or even more tragically, the death of the primary breadwinner in the household. So what we're trying to do is help people get started. This is Financial Literacy Awareness Month, if you don't know about that, and here in April. And so we are telling people, go to myfinancialiq.com, and there they can take the quiz, find out where they are from a financial literacy perspective, and find out how financial resilient they are, because you got to know where you are before you can get started. So we're trying to get people to go there, take that first step on their financial journey.
Victor, as we wrap things up, give us one more quick tip, and then that website once again as we wrap it up.
So the tip I'll tell you is everyone's about to get, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are going to get a tax refund. So before you spend that money, make sure you pay yourself first, set aside some funds for an emergency fund, and that website is myfinancialiq.com.
Thanks so much for joining us, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. A woman is asking for advice after spying on her fiance's Facebook page and discovering he looks up his ex on a weekly basis. The woman writes they're in their 50s and it will be a second marriage for both of them. She says they've known each other since school, but she's not sure she can get over what she saw. She's afraid to confront him because he doesn't know she has access to his Facebook page. We wanted you to tell it. Is it okay to look at your partner's social media accounts without them knowing it? Right now, most of you are saying it's wrong. Girl, you was wrong, okay? Got a great show lined up for tomorrow. Man's being roasted online after admitting he told his wife she had to lose weight if she wanted to go on an overseas trip with him. His reasoning behind it coming up on Thursday.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those social media platforms. And have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.